I welcome you, Aries, to this reading, special reading, right? Once a month, you only get a reading from me. And of course, the combination makes this reading so special. Not me, right? It's only the constellation. I'm just a medium that's delivering the message. So the sun is now in Virgo. And Virgo, of course, is the Hermit. Virgo is the one that says, I'm going to look within this cosmic egg and I'm going to look into the past, but I also already focus on looking into the future. And Virgo can do that, right? Because Virgo has twice the masculine energy of the wand and the light. And here he's focused only to look into the past or shine a light to those who also follow this path of going back up into the Himalayan mountain, going back up into an inner alchemical transformation where you are enough, where you are in love with yourself, right? Where you are okay by being alone because you're never alone. All one, right, is alone. One alone. It's written, right? All one. And this is highlighting you, my dear Aries, and you, the moon right now in your sign, which gives me the feeling of I can transmit this information to you because I feel within this energy of the moon talking to me, so I can tell you what this reading is wanting to tell you. You, the Emperor, you card Major Arcana card number 4. Here you sit in meditation. Here you sit and look within into 4 directions, not only to the past and the future, but also up and down, right? Behind and forward. All directions here, of course, 4 directions, so that we have the number 4 within, but all come together with their head into that one eye, into the third eye that looks within. Now here we are connected to the bees, and the bees are a hierarchy. The bees are a structure that is stronger when they're together than when they are alone. And that's why the bee is connected to the emperor. Then I have a few sheeps down here that are, grazing in the grass. And so here you see the Taurus energy, and here we're coming from Pisces. We see the mandala, we see the connection, we see Aries white and Aries black. So this is your power animal, but the sheep or the ram, of course, I didn't paint the ram because that's in this sign. I painted the sheep's, the female version of it, right? And of course, a bee with one of the most powerful structural energies, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pointed web, right, of the bees. Now, you, of course, are action. Everything for you is action oriented, right? And of course, you are a cardinal sign. Cardinal means you're beginning the spring. And Virgo is a mutable. So mutable means it's the end. But mutable can also connect with the middle, with a fixed sign, and with a cardinal sign. And that's what's so great about Virgo, because the sun, the ego, is highlighting the moon, the subconscious, right? The feminine, and is giving you a little bit more of a feeling that now you can maybe also connect to a fixed sign and to a mutable sign. The element for you, of course, is fire, right? That's energy and enthusiasm, and you have a very spontaneous and enthusiastic side. You can get very temperamental because Mars is your planet, and that's the planet of the fighter, of the warrior. Your archetypes are warriors, pioneers, leaders, adventurer, and sometimes even the one that's not really caring about others than only himself. Out of you, the most of narcissists come out, right? So the first house, because it's the self, and that self is wanting to take action. That self is saying, I want to go out. That self is saying, I want to live. I want to enjoy. Mars is fighting. Mars is the will, the courage, the passion, the energies, right? It's desire, but also war, also sex. So just be careful. Now, you are, of course, from here, the head. That's your sensitive zone. And so that's why you're getting also the meditation, right? And that's also why I put these heads together, because it's almost like when they're together, it's like that's your head that's looking out this way, that's looking out this way, and it's looking out that way, it's looking out that way, and it's looking out down this way. On a day like this, with fire, we can cook the protein. Doesn't matter if it's vegetable or animal protein. We also connected to the sense organs, right? Or you are very much connected to the sense organs. And so I urge you to just watch on those days that you're not, eating too much protein, right? But I mean, you will have the desire to eat it. So, there it comes. So we have one mystical moment tarot, and we have 6 mystical tarot cards lying here, and I took one mystical shaman card, which just fell out, but fell out on its head. The staff. And this is like really cute when you look at it, right? And of course we see the neck and we see the head and we see the horns. The card is number 51, which is the number 6. And the staff is a sign for the shaman that he can speak, that he has the power, that he brings down through the horns. Horns are always third eye, right? And it's the third eye that's here when we look at this from far, right? It's an eye. It's the pupil. So you have become an invitation to lead, right? So I'm, of course, going to look into this card and read you the essence, first of all, of this card. The staff is the symbol of authority. I mean, you are authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. Wow, right? So the staff helps you find the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. Moses carried a serpent staff through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature to heal or call plagues. The staff reminds you of impermanence of all things, and that your authority must come from your deep longing to serve. Wow, 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 wow. So this is really truly speaking to you, and that is turned upside down. I cannot read the invitation because that's the when it's up when it's like this I read the invitation. When it's like this I read the medicine, because it's reversed, right? But this is exactly what your trouble is, right? You got to understand that even you are the queen bee, you serve the whole. And you, because the moment you're a leader, you can already be like humble enough, because no one just gets to a leading point by just, however. Of course, sometimes there are tyrants, there are forces that are very negative, But we're not even talking about that right now. There are emperors, right, who really, when they have reached that place, it's almost like it's an honor. It's almost like they're getting a medal. It's almost like now but then they lose it, right? Most of them, they lose it. They don't even realize, okay, now this position takes over, and that's not what we want here. We want you to understand that you can only lead if you have the power of a leader. And if you're not leading the right way, they actually control you, because anybody that needs to control by controlling them is controlled as well. It's two ways, right? It cannot be any other way. So of course this is upside down, and I'm gonna keep it right now upside down. When I take the picture, I will put it upright, right? Now your second oracle card is the Magician, but she's female, and it's speaking to you because you are Queen of Wands. And look at the description box below for the dates. Now here you are getting the invitation that, okay, the masculine is outdated, the masculine, the patriarch that is controlling the women. And we see it right now in what's happening in Afghanistan, right? The Taliban is again wanting to suppress the women, not realizing while they suppress others, they stay suppressed as well. Because to maintain a suppression, it's like you need to watch everything they do. You need to be constantly in control of others too. So you're not free. You're not even free to follow your own desires or your own things that you maybe want to find yourself. Now, a woman doesn't have to control no one, right? Because she has to let go after 9 months. And this is what Virgo says: let go of all the knowledge you have. You have the knowledge. Let it go. Let it be. And a woman lets go of her baby, because if not, the baby dies. So she knows what it means. And of course, then another energy starts by controlling the baby, etc. And even women are at fault there. They like to control their child. They like to control what they can do, what they cannot do, etc., etc. These are all programmings that you are ready to almost let go, right? When something is reversed in the shamanic way, it says, okay, it's time to let go of the control. It's time to let go and allow the feminine Magician, which is a very powerful card. Look at her. She's standing here big and tall. And if the card is upright, also this long neck, it's the giraffe, right? It's that one animal that's actually the tallest. And she is tall. She is so tall, she reaches up into the night sky. So here you are, right? Being asked to shift through Virgo, through the Hermit, right? The Hermit is a wise man that goes within and finds the true love within himself. And so the first row that I have for you is the moon, which is Pisces, and the moon is in your sign. So it's speaking directly, clearly to you. Yeah, you got to look deep within and see what still is lurking here in the darkness. Then you got the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is Saturn in Sagittarius. And Saturn is the planet of the elders. And it's always the elder that holds the wand, holds the staff, right? So this is Wands, staff, it's the same. And you are the Queen of Wands, right? So become more sensitive about what is it that you want? What is it that you're collecting here? What is it that makes you bend over and almost be like, right? The 10 is a new one. The 10 is the Magician. Here it's the number 34, right? Which is the number 7. And the Magician is saying, be careful in how much you want to collect, in how much you want to do, because it is maybe a burden. This burden is, even though it's collecting flowers, right? It shouldn't be like difficult, But nevertheless, this moon, right, the waning moon in your sign is saying, okay, don't do too much, go slower, because of course this is Pisces, right? So this is a Pisces energy on top of Pisces. So the subconscious is saying, look, like I said, into what's lurking in the dark. Look how much you are burdening yourself, and look out for the success that you would like to achieve, because this is a Cancer, the success that you want to achieve, which usually is a car or horses that go fast, but here she actually drew it slow, like a snail going slowly forward, right? It's almost like an invitation. So here you have a Pisces, and here you have a Cancer, two water elements influencing you, influencing the fire in you, influencing that I want to collect things in you. Underneath, you have another fire sign now coming to you, which is a Sagittarius, right? This is the Knight of Wands, a Sagittarius jumping through the ring of fire. You want to go fast. This is too slow for you. You're literally like, no, this is too slow. I want to go fast. I want to keep going. Now, if you do that, you still will be with the Nine of Wands, right? You have here the Ten of Wands, and now you get the Nine of Wands. You just go down a little bit, right? You understand that this is maybe too much. Even though you've been hurt, even though you know that too much doing can also be then leading to too much thinking, too much responsibility, too many people sticking their opinion into your head, right? And of course, you almost like want to jump, you want to be free, you want to get out, because here you are as an emperor sitting on the throne. You sit and you let others do the work. And here you are realizing, no, I cannot. I gotta do the work myself, because as an emperor, you gotta take responsibility for all the things that these people put on you. Now, the interesting thing here is always that, like I said, when we want to control people, they control us as well. When we realize that we have so many thoughts and so many people are asking us questions and we have to give them answers, and it's making you think, you are being controlled as well, right? The others control you, because these are hands that are coming from the outside at you. They stick their needles into your head, and you gotta be like, okay, if I don't get out of that, then I will be a victim of my own doing. And you need to change that, because where is it leading you? Oh my God, this is the same card. These cards came up in the German reading. The Gemini. You have a Gemini here as well, right? The Gemini, the court card. So these are soul messages here, right? A Pisces, a Gemini, and a Cancer. These are soul messages coming to you, speaking to you how you gotta do things. And this is a court card, so look in the description box below, right? So here you have a Sagittarius, and this again is the Gemini speaking to you that you gotta love yourself, you gotta bring yourself to the stuff, to this shamanic work, right? You gotta learn to realize that I got to change things. I got to shift this around, because I am the magician, right? I am the one that can see the future, right? I am with the stars, and here you are, the lovers, the deep love from within, where she becomes like a bird and he becomes like a human, right? They are helping each other. So I want to read the medicine of this card. You are caught in the delicate balance between opposing forces, between masculine and feminine. Between action and non-action. Wow. Right? Slow and fast. Use this to your advantage, as there can be no day without night, no low without high, no wrong without right. This is the time to take corrective actions, beginning with your beliefs about what needs to be fixed or repaired. Let destiny take its course, nudging it slightly along. So, of course, right? Because the stuff came down. Now it's time for you to understand the magician is a woman. The moon is feminine and highlighting and in your house, and this is a masculine card. This is usually fast, now it's slow. This is jumping through the ring of fire, right? So of course you have, well, I want to go slow, but actually I also want to go fast. Bringing them together. You have 10 going down to 9. And of course, as an emperor, you gotta answer, you gotta be there, you gotta be ready for all the questions, for all the people that want something from you, right? And giving you a headache. And realizing that it's time to jump, it's time to take responsibility, it's time to make the things happen, because you are uniting male and female. That's exactly what the card said, right? You are now in the midst of uniting all the opposite energies, right? And the stuff that's supposed to be up is facing down. So all, you can not only go up in your teaching, in your spiritual work, you also need to come back down and eat something. As long as you have a physical body, we cannot just think, oh, I'm going to be up there and I'm going to be like, yeah, look at me, I'm like this, I'm like the shaman and I have like the power, now I have the tool. No, you also gotta realize you gotta come down, right? You gotta feed yourself, you gotta sleep, you gotta live here, you gotta be communicating with the opposite forces. And that's what this reading is telling you, right? That you are ready now to combine two essential opposites, right? So the earth, the sign of the earth, and of course the sign of the fire. And fire can only exist if there is wood, if there is fire, right? If there is material, if there's no earth, there's no fire. So you do need that, right? And this is feminine and this is masculine. So again, uniting the feminine and the masculine, uniting what is slow with fast, right? Uniting constantly opposite things, right? The magician, she is feminine, but of course the magician usually is a male version, right? So understand these two opposite forces. You can go slow and then immediately you can go fast, right? There's no such thing as, well, I cannot do this or I'm not allowed to do this, right? The only thing that you really gotta do is come down. Come down from doing too much, wanting too much, expecting too much also from others, right? Because when we expect from others a lot, we expect from ourselves a lot, right? When we are hurt, we meet people who are hurt as well, right? Who have been hurt. If we demand from others, right? If we think too much, we attract people who actually adding more to that, right? And so here you come into an understanding that this is a time to unite, right? Male and female. This is a time to find self-love. This is the Gemini. This is the energy of air, of up in the air are the answers, right? The magician knows. Up there are the seeds, even though they're not even real seeds. They're seeds of thoughts, right? Which can, in a second, with your temperament, with your enthusiasm, burst out of you and like hurt people, right? Actually, because you want to jump, right? But slow down, right? Slow down that fire with water, right? 2 water signs, of course. Slow down, and do less. Less is more, always, right? Slow down with the water, drink water, go into the water, understand that you are wishing, wanting, of course, this is 2 air signs, right? Wanting to come into a union, and then this will stop, right? When you come into a oneness and not dual, because as long as you're dual, people can, know they can stab you, know they can like pisak, they can pick you. And so if you come into your own center, that's where true healing is, right? This is what the lovers mean to you. Wow, powerful. So I hope I see you in the next reading, right? The next reading we have the sun moving into Libra, the air sign, right? Justice or even preciseness. So let's see what then that combination, what the message is in that combination. Until then, I thank you so much for watching. Namaste.